my name is Jana, and you're watching Finnish Knitting Stories, episode number 150, I'm pretty sure. Welcome or welcome back. I've been in my craft bubble for the past week, so I will have plenty of things to show you today. Let's begin. You can find me on Instagram as Kittenits and on Ravelry as Kittenits and on Ko-fi and Patreon as Finnish Knitting Stories. So yeah, it's Friday morning. Overcast, gloomy, nothing new. Still waiting for summer. They promised us warm weather, but it never happened. Never happened. Gloomy, overcast, but I'm all dressed up because nothing exciting. Sophia has a dental appointment later today. So yeah, I'm ready to go, and I decided to quickly record an episode in the morning. Not sure about the quickly part because I have a lot of things here. I'm not wearing any knits because I don't know why. It's very humid. It's not too warm, but it's very humid and clammy weather, and that's why I prefer linen and cotton at the moment. By the way, I got a few questions about the thing I bought at the festival. This is it. This is the thing, and I told you wrong, it has no linen. I didn't find. I think all of it is cotton. I was thinking about the other one that I didn't buy. That one had linen, but that one was in a moody, foggy blue color, like a sea green blue. But I didn't buy that one. I bought this one. So yeah, that's the thing with all kind of lacy bits. Look, it's like long, almost like a coat, like a robe. long, and it goes nicely over all my dresses. There are all kind of lacy bits and ruching, and yeah, it was from a discount bin because somewhere, I don't know where, somewhere is a little gray dot on one of the lace bits. I haven't tried to get it out yet. I don't care because I can't even find it right now. Somewhere is a little flaw, but who cares? Who cares? Yeah, so I've been wearing it a lot because it's nice for this weather when it's I don't know how to describe the weather because it's kind of warm. It's around 20 degrees, sometimes 18, sometimes 20 Celsius, but it's windy. And then very humid, and you don't know what to wear. You get confused because if you wear something like sleeveless, it's too cold. The one wind gush and you're freezing, and then if you wear something proper with long sleeves, you get warm very fast. So this is perfect. A very long story about an outfit, sorry, and that's a very, very old dress. I have had it for years. You've probably seen it a million times. I don't have a lot of dresses, so they repeat, but with different things on top. And earrings are peonies by Piña Design. That's another festival purchase. Yes, I told you last week I bought earrings. More than one pair. So here is another pair. And these were lovely and everybody was wearing them. And I wanted them as well because they felt like me. Okay, now I told you about my outfit because there are always questions. Let's go to finished objects. I have 3. And one of them is knit and 2 of them are crochet. Weird balance, right? we're off the usual proportion. But let's start. Let's do crochet, knit, crochet. Let's start with the first one, which is crochet. But it hasn't been blocked yet because I didn't manage. Actually, I had time to wash it, but I thought there is no way it's gonna dry with all of this humidity in time for my recording. So this was my festival shawl this year, my own festival shawl this year that I decided to make. I bought mini skeins from many different sellers around, yarn sellers, dyers, makers, 10 gram, 20 gram, a few 50 grams, which was a very good decision long rows at the end, long rows. And yeah, I crocheted them in a shawl. This is a paid for pattern on Instagram. No, not on Instagram. Sorry, on Ravelry, of course. People don't sell patterns on Instagram, do they? Granny stripe shawl. It's called Granny stripe shawl. And I've been thinking about something like this for quite a while. And I was so happy that somebody has already done all the math, figured out the construction, and I don't need to do it. So I happily bought the pattern. And I crocheted it. You can see it has beautiful shaping. It's not just straight. It sits much better, I think, than a regular triangle. I prefer this to the triangle. Look, it's beautiful, not too long on the back, lovely on front. You can make it even longer if you like. You can close it with a pin or maybe a button or a tie or however, or just wear it like this. And I think it's a beautiful shoulder shawl, but you can also wear it as a regular shawl around your neck. Yeah, I was thinking, should I even wash it? I would like. I could steam it and let it be for a while. It's like this. If you just put it around the neck, like a little cute little shawl, long enough ends that it would sit. I think mine is almost according to pattern. I'm not sure that I have exactly same amount of rows, maybe a few less, maybe a few more. I didn't count. Honestly, I just decided that I'm good here. And then it has a lovely scalloped edging. Where are you? Which side is the right side? In the pattern, it was nice. It was in two different colors, like side edges were in one color and bottom edge was in another color. But I just did everything in the same color because I wanted more of this very happy pink. That one was by Cancurino. It's a BFL, and I have a mix of different different sheep breeds here, because I have Merino, I have BFL, I have a couple of Finnish sheep, Finnish wool, Finnish. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I just bought a mix of things, and somewhere was a little cashmere. That was from Tuku wool. I bought a little cashmere silk. What was there? Silk and cashmere, I think, in that little ball, because I wanted something from them as well. And their yarn isn't hand-dyed, but it doesn't really matter because it's a memory. So it's a memory shawl. Now when I'm wearing it, I can think about the festival and bright and happy days here, and I can take it to my next festival and maybe next year figure out something else, or maybe like start a blanket to which I can add every year, or a bigger shawl. Yeah, like ongoing one. This one weighs a bit over 250 grams. I have a tiny bit of yarn left, mostly from the bigger skeins. I had 100-gram skein, that one I have left, and then maybe like a bit from the 50 grammers, and the mini skeins, I used them almost all. There are like teeny bits left of that. It wasn't even enough for a full row here, where the rows got better. Longer, not better, longer. I'm sorry, I've been on a holiday. My brain has been on a holiday. We took a time off. Kind of, but I'll talk about that in the knit and chat. But yes, I finished this. Sophia has her little eye on her, on this shawl. And I was like, no, baby, you already took my granny stripe shawl that I made in mohair. I was making it for myself and she wanted it, and I told her that, sorry, this one is mine. Yeah. This turquoise is making me very worried, because I really want to wash it, but it will need to be very quick cold and with a lot of color catchers, because this turquoise was on everything. It was on my hands, it stained hook, it stained my watch somehow, the band. I don't know how. But yeah, but turquoise sometimes does that. I'm usually more worried about bright pinks, but we will see. if these two mix together, it will be violet. But let's hope nothing runs. But I'm gonna be cautious. I won't use any wool wash or anything like that. Just cold water, quick dunk and out. But pattern I can definitely recommend. It was lovely pattern. I had issues reading it because I started making it at the festival, and when you try to read the crochet pattern, that I'm not a crocheter, and then you try to count and talk to people at the same time, it's probably not the best combination, but there was nothing wrong with the pattern. It was just me and the environment around me. Once I got home, I had no issues. Everything started to flow because you make an increases to get this lovely shaping. Oh, this is lovely. Can I keep it on? This is just a beautiful shawl. And I think it's gonna be even drapier after I wash it very quickly. But yeah, lovely. So that's my first finished object, and I'm very happy about it. So my memories have been crocheted up into this, and it makes me feel happy, warm and fuzzy. But look how well it goes with white. It's a summer shawl, but also, yeah, with a lot of warm memories and great moments lived with lovely people. So yeah, I think it's a nice idea to make projects related to events. You know, I always do a birthday cast on, and I try to do Christmas cast on or New Year's cast on or both, and now maybe a festival project. And I know many do a pair of socks because it's easy, but you know, I'm not a great sock knitter, so this was more me. Okay, enough about the shawl. Yes, it's nice. It turned out very nice. You can just look at it now. Okay, let's go to the next one because I don't have all the whole day. I need to be going around midday, but let's go to next one. Next one does not have a pattern. It's also my festival purchase. It's my big festival splurge. I showed you I got a rug yarn from Linkula Spinnery, which is a small spinnery here in Finland, Finnish spinnery. They do a lot of alpaca and some amount of Finnish sheep wool. And last year at the festival, I saw these awesome big rolls of rug yarn, and I regretted not getting it, and I rushed to them this year and I said, do you have it? They didn't have the sheep wool one, which I was eyeing, but they had alpaca, and they talked me into buying two of them. They told me one is not enough for a nice butt placemat, but anyway, I bought two of those rolls in the softest, most lush alpaca, and I turned them into a sitting pad, but this is one roll. This is one of those rolls. It was enough for one sitting pad. Well, and this, ta-da, is the other one. And what I did, instead of making two separate ones, I made one long one. Because it wasn't my idea. The big kiddo gave me the idea. I was working on this first one a week ago. By the way, it took me a bit over a day to do this. Actually, probably one day, like evening, and then I finished next morning. I started making this one. I was almost done with it, and then he came to me. I was working on it on the sofa. He touched it and asked, oh, do you have more of this? I was like, yeah, do you want your own? Because it feels nice. He's also very tactile like me. We like soft and squishy things. And he was like, no. What if you make one big one and we sit on it together, and then we can hug and cuddle. So this is our cuddling rug, and it's been tested. If you see some some, I don't know, leaves or something on it. It's been outside. It's been outside next to our fire pit. We have 2 long logs there that we sit on, and now 2 butts fit on it, which is nicer. Actually, almost 3. If third one is is the smallest one in the house, you can maybe fit 3 on it. Yeah, and it's nice. It's very nice. It's like, you know, some women want, I don't know, tennis bracelets or designer purses or something like that. I just want luscious alpaca sitting pads, butt placemats that I even need to knit myself. I've seen people weaving with it, but I don't weave. I don't have anything. I don't have a loom. I have looked at looms. There is one at the countryside house, my husband's grandmother's, and I've been offered it, but I don't have a room for it because it's the old one, the one that takes the whole room. You need a room for your loom, a room for a pony. Yeah, I don't have a room for a loom, so yeah, I had to politely decline the offer, but yeah. Maybe someday. When kids move out, I turn their bedrooms into loom rooms. But yeah, for now I'm knitting and crocheting because that doesn't take a lot of space. But yeah, this fluff is leaving from it. I used 2 full rolls, and the rolls are not sold by weight. One was spun a bit thinner. You can see this darker one, but I tried to stretch it in the same. I tried to knit it looser and stretch it in the same shape as this fluffier one, and I also had to untwist it a little bit with my fingers that it would look more like the first half. It was tighter spun and it was smaller in weight because this is not sold by weight, it's sold by meters. You get 50 meters of the rug yarn, and sometimes it's thicker, sometimes it's thinner. I didn't even think about it. I just picked the colors I liked, and now I have my own little sample of natural alpaca colors here that we will sit on. I wish I could. I wish you could touch it through the screen because you need to touch it. It's so good. It's like it's on a different level. I have the nice woolly felted ones, but this is very different. So. Spoiling myself and my butt. It's very happy about this rug. But yeah, but generally, if you want to make one for yourself, this is how much you get from one, which is plenty. Definitely plenty. This is, I don't know how long, but enough for a good sitting pad. This is so good. I think I have some footage from outside. Now I'm covered in alpaca fluff. Okay, I'll take it off. I'm actually getting a bit warm here because, you know, I'm moving and telling you about my things. Okay, that was the second finished object, which is, yeah, knit. And then the last one, it's teeny tiny. But it's an object and it's finished. And yeah, Sophia and I, long story again, we've been very much into decorating garden with silly things that make us happy. We made thrifted glass mushrooms in the backyard that glow in the dark. We put solar lights in them. We thrifted all kind of bowls and glasses and vases, and then we made mushrooms from them. We stuffed solar lights in them, and now they glow in the dark. And then we've been beautifying her playhouse. I'm crocheting a rug for it. By the way, I'm not showing it today. There is not much to show. We will talk about it next time. Remind me. And then we saw somewhere in the city wind spinners. Somebody had we were passing a house, and somebody had in the yard wind spinners, and Sophia was like, and I was like, yeah, I know how to make them. I've made them long time ago as a kid. Because these used to be popular back in the day, 90s, probably 90s, because I knew how to make them. And I was like, let me refresh. I found some tutorials on, there are a lot, by the way, plenty. If you Google crochet wind spinner, it will give you written tutorials. There are YouTube videos. I looked at the one in Finnish. I looked at one in English. They were around same, just to refresh, but yeah. So I crocheted this. And it spins in the wind. I found old cotton leftovers by Novita. That yellow one turned my fingers yellow, which is weird because I have crocheted from each of these colors. I have a doily. Long time ago, I made Easter doilies, and Sophia has the pink one in her play kitchen, and I still have the green and the yellow one. And I had leftovers. It's preferred that all your yarns would be around same weight. I had one thicker one and then two thinner ones, but look, it doesn't really matter. I made my spiral tapered. You can see it gets wider and then more narrow. You achieve that by doing... The idea is, it's very simple. I can tell you shortly. You crochet a chain the length of your spiral, and then in every stitch you do 2 double crochets. But if you, or single crochets, there are many ways to do it. Double crochets, kind of. But if you want it tapered, you start with a single crochet for a bit, then you do half double crochet, and then you do double crochet, and then same thing on the other end. And then you can do 2, 3, maybe even more layers, but then it will get heavy. Mine is quite heavy because cotton. I think if you use some other yarn, which is lighter, it won't be as heavy. And then on the next row, you again in each do 2 in each stitch, and then it starts spiraling. So shortly, we went all out and made it really fancy. Well, I added beads. You can see the little glass beads, and then we have a tassel with more beads. These are some vintage. Those are acrylic, and the middle ones are glass beads. And here I found the bead and just made a string, and we have a hook there under a roof, and there it spins in the wind. I had to go and get it to show it to you, because it's been living outside, and it brings the little one a lot of joy, and actually also me a lot of joy. I'm thinking now making another one, maybe hanging it in a tree. Next to my strawberries, because the birds are trying to eat our strawberries. We finally have some strawberries, and the naughty birds, we have protected them with the netting that the birds couldn't get to it, but they try to poke through and get to my strawberries, even though there's plenty of other things to eat right now. But yes, strawberries are delicious. Not too sweet this year, unfortunately, because we didn't have the sun. We had a lot of water, but not enough sun to make them sweet, but they are okay. They are still better than shop strawberries. Yes, now my mouth is watering because I'm talking about strawberries. So I made that. Those are all my finished objects. In different categories today, and I will show you my whips. I won't show you all my whips because that will take forever. I've been working on different things, but then we will catch up. We will leave something for the next time because, can't show everything in one day, but I will show you 3 because that feels like a good amount. Where are you? I'll start with my Marta summer cardigan by Tanya Koenig. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but yes. I'm making it in Kit to Yarn silk mohair, held double, and I'm this far. I'm almost out of my first 2 skeins. So this is 100 grams of mohair, and I have 2 more. I was thinking I'm gonna go and do the sleeves now, and then I don't need to stress about running out of yarn, so that I can finish any time. I saw someone knit this on Instagram. It was nice pink color, and I fell in love with it. And now when I'm knitting it, I have realized that the person whose picture I fell in love with had made modifications to the pattern, because in this it's straight body, and in the picture that I saw, and I checked the hashtag or whatever, she said that it's Marta summer cardigan. She has added pleats. It's like, not pleats, but like a ruching on the bottom, and it looked so adorable, and I thought that's how the cardigan is gonna look, because I looked at the pattern and I thought that does not look like the one I saw on Instagram, but all right. Like, I didn't actually have time to think about it too much. I just started it. And now I suspect there have been modifications. And I can't find any info because the person is, I think, German. She writes in German, and I used the translate button, but there is nowhere said about modifications. But I suspect she has added stitches and made it ruched. So I'll do the sleeves now, and then we will see. Do I continue it straight as in the pattern? Also very cute. Or do I try to sneak in an extra stitches that it would have a ruffled edge? But we will see. We will see. I'm still working on it. It's lovely. It's like an orange cloud. Now that sounds toxic. What's orange and fluffy? A peach. But not in a good way fluffy. It makes your face itchy. Okay, I should stop now. Never mind. Just, we'll stick with the orange cloud. Okay. Holiday brain. Next one. I'm feeling pressure with the next one because there is a little voice zurring over my ear constantly and asking when am I going to finish it, because somebody wants to wear it. I'm almost done. I thought I would finish it this morning. I didn't manage. So Sophia's So Faded Pint Size by Andrea Maury. We have a sleeve. We have a hem. We almost have a second sleeve. I'm on the last 5 centimeters of the second sleeve, and I even redid the neck ribbing because I wasn't happy with it. It was bunching, it was ruching. I didn't have enough stitches picked up. So I took it out and redid it, and now it's better. It is much larger neckline. I tried to make it a bit higher to close it up. It's still quite large neckline, so I don't know. If it feels too large, I think I'm gonna add a crochet chain maybe around it to make it a bit smaller. Maybe. We will see. I'll let her wear it for a bit and then we'll see. It looks like sunset on a beach, right? Oh, so good. I used 5 different leftovers from my stash, and then I faded them just by striping for a while. Nothing else. She likes it. She can't wait for it. We actually right now have the weather for something like this because it's quite light. It's a superwash merino, and yeah, I think it's gonna be good. So I'm planning to finish the sleeve today and wash it today, and then she can wear it tomorrow. It's her home sweater. It's very nice, I know, but I'll knit her more things for school. She's been already asking for a new knit dress because, not sure if you remember, if you're a long-time viewer, you probably remember her dress that I knit her in Drops Charisma. It was a wool dress, long, like a beautiful, like powdery pink color, like a old rose. Yeah, it's too small, obviously, because I knitted years and years ago, and it's adorable. And I'm not sure, was it the last size that I knit? Is there a bigger size? Can I figure it out? Because she wants the same dress. In different color probably, but she wants the same dress. Or if you have a nice dress suggestions for like a... How tall is she now? 140-ish. That's in centimeters. That's in meters. I have no idea in other measurements, but yeah, like probably this is size 12 years. She's not 12, but I'm knitting it bigger that it would last a bit longer. Yeah, like for a 10-year-old around. She's not 10 yet, but she's tall. So I'm knitting size 12. My kids are tall right now. I don't know why. Okay, my husband is fairly tall, but no, not me. they don't take after me. But yeah, if you have dress suggestions for little girls, pattern suggestions, let me know. If you have knit something or seen something that would fit a kiddo and looks cute, and I think maybe in single color. A bit of color work is fine. Lace is fine as well. So yeah. Okay. So that one. And then the next one that I want to show you, it's not even knitting and it's not crochet, because someone has fallen down a new rabbit hole, and I'm not even sorry. I blame my friend Vivian because yeah, she keeps putting ideas in our heads. I'm not her only victim. Hi, Cara. we both are victims of Vivian's new discovery and new hobby. It's called slow stitching, and I've been looking at slow stitching videos for probably around a year, and I didn't have courage to start. It felt like, oh, it's such a big process. Oh, I don't have stuff for it. Oh, I don't have this and that, and don't have time to figure it out. And then Vivian started doing it, and we've been watching quietly for a while. And now I took a few days off work just to switch off my brain. And I decided, okay, now it's the time. So I went on YouTube and watched like not all, but a bunch of almost all tutorials by K3N, Clothtales. K3, I'll put it on the screen, K3N, and she's a very talented teacher, I can tell you that. She's a natural, and I love her humor and the way she talks and the way she explains things. Very accessible, very easy, and I enjoy her personality, which is, I think, more important to me than the tutorial itself. But, well, I got lost there on her channel, and then I went and opened my bin of fabric scraps. I have a bin of fabric scraps that I've been thinking, what can I do with them? They're just little pieces, and slow stitching. I can do slow stitching with them because I don't own big fabric bits. There are a few, like this. That's a big fabric piece in my stash. So, yeah, and the rest are smaller. And then I just pulled all kind of things into a basket to make it a bit less overwhelming. That's Sophia's basket. I borrowed her basket. It fits perfectly for this purpose. All kind of little bits and pieces. These are the leftovers and the ones that I didn't use. So yeah, I prepped them, I pressed them, and then I just started making a pouch. She has a tutorial for that, for a pouch, and I followed it. And I'll show you what I have. I have the whole slow stitched bit. So this is gonna be a pouch. Look at that. How cute is that? Oh, I added my own things like a beaded necklace or little glass heart, or yeah. I added my own touch. At first I felt that, oh, this is maybe not so sophisticated as other ladies are making. Mine is quite crisp, pink and white. Nothing is tea stained. That's the next stage. But I thought, but this is kind of me. I added some silver thread. I I worked with what I had, and it was lovely that I didn't need to buy anything. I used whatever I had. The process the process consumed me. It was so meditative. It was so, your head goes in a really weird space. Like, I wasn't thinking much ahead. I was just going one stitch at a time. You can do it on your knee. You can do it anywhere. You just gather your supplies and go sit in a garden. Go sit on outside, on a balcony, on a porch, somewhere, because uh what I don't like in like a big sewing, what in the idea that you're locked in a same space. You have a sewing machine, you're there, you need a lot of space, you need a lot of stuff, and it's not my kind of thing. But this one was very nice. The tutorials were lovely and easy, and I just went for it. And look, I made this, and then I'm gonna fold it. Yes, there are movements on it because I had a piece of pink movement fabric. So this is gonna be a little pouch. I'll make a pocket inside, and it's missing a lining. I made a twine by myself from 2 pieces of fabric. Look, it's a real twine. My husband is laughing that when there is zombie apocalypse, I want to be on your team. You can make rope and spin wool and like all the survival skills. He's having fun with it. That, yes, that I have the right skills. Sorry, I got interrupted. I think I was telling you about the twine? Maybe? Not sure where was I, but yes. So this is gonna be a pouch. And it will close with the twine. And now I need to choose the lining. I don't have a lot of options in my stash, so it's either cotton polka dot, but it's quite thin, or I have this thicker linen piece that I could also use, but I'm worried about the fraying, so I don't know. Both would work, right? Doesn't matter which one, like visually, but I don't know. Do I go with a cotton that's less fraying, or with a thicker, sturdier linen that's more fraying? I don't know. Decisions. I can't figure it out which one to use. But yeah, slow stitching is definitely my kind of craft. Not that I need more hobbies. And now I'm thinking, should I get maybe a bit more of embroidery floss? Because, oh, I brought my embroidery floss. All my embroidery stuff fits in this tin. And most of it is actually, oops, sorry. Most of it is from my grandma. Most of it, yeah, it's old. It's old. And do you know how old? When your label says made in Czechoslovakia, that old. And some of them says made in USSR. Well, yeah. That's all my embroidery stuff, all my treasures. Nowadays they have all kind of nicer things, and then I'm thinking, but do I really need it? Maybe I should just use what I have, and then when that's out, then buy new things. Or maybe just a couple of pink flosses. couple of more. No, they're not expensive, but I don't need more stuff. And I don't need more hobbies, do I? This was so much fun. It was really lovely. It's good. It's good for a troubled brain. That one I can tell you. It's very, very soothing, very calming, and I got the idea. I enjoyed the process. I love that it doesn't need to be perfect. And I love the thought that it's not even about finished object. It's definitely, to me, more about the process. Just doing those stitches. And then this morning, my friend Cara showed her rice bag. that she's also making from K3N's tutorial, and that has been on my mind. I'm not gonna lie, but I need to finish the pouch first, and then we will see. Then we will see, can I tackle something bigger? But this was very manageable. I think it took me 2 days to get to this point. That's the front. That's the back, if you want to see. But it's gonna be hidden by the lining. Okay, so I'm dabbling in the new hobbies, and it was very refreshing. It was good to do something different, with a different rhythm, with a different thought process. Actually, not a lot of thought process. It felt more like a play, placing the little bits of fabric and then just stitching them over however you want. Yeah, you have full freedom to do whatever you want with it. You don't even have to turn it into anything. You can just keep it as a piece of fabric, like little art. You can frame it or just toss it in a drawer and never look at it again, because yeah, it definitely did something to me. It fulfilled, I don't know, the weird craving of more freedom in crafting, because here, like, really, you can just do whatever, because there are limitations in knitting and crochet. Like, I think there are, especially if you're trying to make something some certain piece. Here I was just limited by the rectangular fabric, and that's it. Like, don't go too close to the edges, and the rest is pretty much whatever. So yeah, it was a fun play, and it's very, very textural. I tried to pull it that it's all nice and wrinkled. That's intentional. And yeah, I hope that the next week you will see a ready pouch, keeping everything crossed that the lining actually works out. Okay, that's all the crafty bit for today. I have a bit of happy mail that I wanted to share. It arrived already a while ago, and I somehow, with the festival and everything, I didn't have a moment to share it, but I want to share it because it's from my two special foxes, Vivian and Cara. They are two lovely ladies, and now they have met in real life because they were both following me, and then they became friends, and I've been just grinning every time they meet to go to a yarn festival in the UK, and it makes me happy. Things like that make me happy, when people meet each other and become friends, and they are my friends, and now they are friends together. And at the last festival that they attended, they went to shop for all things fox. All things foxes. I think they bought everything fox themed from that festival, and then they sent me a package, which was very sweet. Unexpected and very sweet, and I'm grateful, because you're giving me wrinkles. No, they are dimples. Sorry, not wrinkles. Dimples. Dimples are cute, right? Wrinkles are also cute. I don't care. So let me show you. Let me show you the all things fox. Which festival was it? Now I don't remember which festival was it. Let me know. But a fox bag by the Woolly Tangle. I love this color. I love this color. You can see I love this color. I love the foxes. They look like little patchwork foxes, like slow stitched foxes. Lovely big bag, big lovely bag with a handle. I think it had white lining. Yeah, just had white crisp lining. It has structure, which is very nice, and it can definitely fit a sweater or a large shawl, or a smallish sweater. So a bag I got, some yarn I got, which was not fox themed, but very, very, very cute. Let me, I like that it's in little balls. little yarn balls, and they have some glitter on them and beautiful colors, and one escaped. And I need to figure out some cute little project with all of these. Ideas? Suggestions? not socks. And I want to keep them together. So I don't know how much is here. I should put it on scale, but I don't know, maybe 100 grams, maybe a bit less. I don't know. One escaped. Okay, I need to go hunting for it afterwards. And then, oh, there was one more that escaped earlier. Fox card with a lovely message. That's just for me. Bloop. Stitch markers. Stitch markers and there they are. There are foxes and not foxes. Very cute. Very cute. And then one more thing, actually two more things that have been in use while I was slow stitching. Very handy. I'll show you what I'm talking about. There was a needle minder, ceramic with a fox that I had on my slow stitching project, and then there was this little magnetic dish, absolutely brilliant. Who makes these? We should let people know who makes these, because I didn't find any tags. There is a signature under EMX, or am I reading it upside down? Who makes these? Does anybody know? So, little ceramic dish. Mine has a fox on it, of course, and it has a magnet, and look, I've been keeping it on my box that it doesn't disappear on my table when I'm crafting it under all the fabrics and stuff. But look, and you can put your stitch markers on it, you can put your pins, little scissors, everything stays put. So I don't lose anything. They know me very well. I'm very well organized now. So, and yeah, just thank you, ladies, for this very sweet gift. And I was just imagining how you were going through festival and trying to find these things and thinking about me. And now I'm thinking about you every time I do something, and this is in front of me, and well, just all warm and fuzzy here. Thank you, Cara. Thank you, Vivian. You're brilliant. Did you hear that? That's Lima sleeping against the door. I have a glass in the door to my craft room, and she has her butt against it and paws up, and the nails. She's tapping her back paw nails on the glass while sleeping. I can see a dog butt. Okay, but yeah, knit and chat. Can I knit on something? I don't know. I have nothing to knit on. Horrible. Anyway, knit and chat. Oh, there was a question about festival. Somebody was asking, can I tell you about me meeting Joji Locatelli? Well, I recorded that bit last time when I was talking about festival, but my phone lost some of the footage, and turns out that was also the footage that I lost. My phone has been having some issues and yeah, not working properly, and yeah, so let's talk about that again. I actually met more designers than just Joji at the festival. I met Joji Locatelli, I met Veera Välimäki. They were having a meet and greet together, because, you know, they're friends. And then there was Meiju Kallio. She also had a meet and greet. I met Anna Johanna again. I met Maria Kostamovaara, Soile Pyhänniska. Probably somebody else. Lots and lots of people. And I was asked about Joji. I have never met Joji before, but I have met all the other ladies and talked about it many times. So today I'll tell you about Joji. They had a meet and greet with Veera, and it was in the same room as my yarn. So we got to spend a few hours together on Thursday afternoon, and it was lovely. She's very sweet and kind and funny, and we talked about patterns and knitting and life. And they had samples there on the rack together with Veera. There was Veera's samples and Joji's samples, and it was very interesting to see them all together, because even though the knits are very different, and the ladies come like from different parts of the world, like half earth ball away from each other, they have formed this beautiful friendship and symbiosis. And you can see that even though that their knits are different, but when they were all on the same rack, it felt like they could be coming from a one person's wardrobe, because they were complementing each other and working with each other. And it was really amazing to see. I can't even describe it, but Vera and Hohi have this lovely friendship and love for each other, and it was just beautiful to observe, just from a side, how they interact, how they talk about each other, how they joke and laugh, and how their creative journey has come like together, and they walk side by side and they have these projects together. If you don't know, they have the interpretation books that they have released together, and they do many other things together, and it was just very sweet and lovely to see. I was wearing my boxy raglan cardi. Hoki liked it. And then I had Susurrus, which is an older knit, as one of my samples in my stall, and we talked about that. And she bought some of my yarn. I had a fangirl moment. Hoki bought my yarn. She bought a silk merino, and I can't wait to see what she's gonna make with it. I hope she knits something with it someday. No pressures. Yeah, so it was very, very nice, and I've been a fan for a long time. I've knit a lot of her patterns over the years for myself and as gifts. My mom's favorite shawl is by Hohi Locatelli, because I don't remember how many years ago, quite a few years ago, I knit her Ziggy shawl, and it's her favorite summer shawl. You know, it's a triangle with lace bits, and it's a beautiful shawl. And I knit it in, if I remember correct, in merino bamboo, so it's all very drapey and a bit shiny, and yeah. So that was lovely. And if you have any questions, or I forgot to mention something else, or my phone lost the footage and it got left out, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to talk about it next time if something is missing. Yeah, what's been happening around here? Nothing much. The weather has been not very summery, lots of rain still, some dry days, and on those dry days we're trying use them to the max. I've been sitting outside watching my flowers bloom, and a lot of flowers blooming. I have peonies. My new hydrangea bush is planning to bloom. Yes, the one I planted like 2 months ago. And then I planted also clematis this year. You know, the flower that goes up. It's still not very bushy. It's a bit sad and funny looking, but there is a blossom on it. It's gonna open. I can't wait to see, will it be the same color as it was on the little paper, because you kind of buy them blindly. You need to trust what's on the paper that comes with a little pot. And I bought the like bright violet one, and I really hope it's that color. We'll see soon. So yeah, we've been trying to spend time outside. We had a bit of travel plans, which unfortunately fell through because of the reasons that we couldn't affect. So we're trying to make the best out of the rest of the summer and just do things around here. Going to parks and like wherever we can with the dog, because one is a Velcro. Lima is total Velcro dog. She can't be without us. She's not taking separation too well. We're working on it, but yeah, she just wants to be everywhere with us. She gets a lot of outdoor time, and we went mushroom hunting. I already told you about the thrifted glass mushrooms, but we also foraged some real mushrooms. We have a secret spot behind the garage where every year we get chanterelles. We get the batch of little patch of chanterelles, and this year we have already collected 2 little baskets from there. First one, I made mushroom sauce. I made meatballs and new potatoes and mushroom sauce. And then the second one, my husband made pizza. We've been making now in summer pizza on a fire pit in the backyard, and he made mushroom pizza, and it was it was to die for. It was so good. I'm never eating pizza out again. He has ruined all the other pizzas for me because nobody makes it as good as he does. He has a talent for everything that's with dough, bread, and pizza and pasta, and he's really, really good at it. That's one of his talents. I'm enjoying my mini holiday and just being at home doing things around here, or just sitting in the garden and doing nothing. And that's where I'm planning to be now on the weekend, because I'm also will be home just enjoying the peace and quiet and being in my bubble, because I really needed that. There's a bird on the porch. I don't know what it wants, but it's there staring at me. Well, yeah, and I'm also planning to be on a porch with my knitting and a cup of coffee, and if it rains, yeah, just sitting under the roof and watching rain and knitting and just being for a while. It does good for you, doesn't it? Just in your bubble. Okay, I think I need to go now, because what other people do fun things on holiday, we just try to do all the doctor appointments now, which I don't recommend. It's not a fun activity for a holiday, but it needs to be done. So I'm gonna say my goodbyes. Take care, craft, try something new if you can, be outside if you have a chance, if it's not too hot, too cold, too wet, or whatever else. So just try to do something nice for yourself. And thank you so much for being here with me. Yes, if you have questions, I'll leave them in the comments. If you have pattern suggestion for little girls, not so little girls, a girl's dress, leave it also there, and let me know what you're working on. This is fun. I don't want to go, but life life is calling, and I will see you next time. Take care. Hej, pa!